socially desirable, it is economically essential. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the federal government commitment to TVET reflects a broader vision of national transformation. And I can tell you, we have the highest political will today. We've been funded. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has given us all the funding that we need to continue to aggressively pursue a TVET agenda for Nigeria. Objective is not simply to reduce unemployment, but also to build a productive workforce, strengthen industrialization, expand manufacturing, support entrepreneurship, drive innovation, increase exports, improve national competitiveness, and ultimately to accelerate economic growth and prosperity for all Nigerians. As our dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has repeatedly emphasized, the future of Nigeria depends on the quality of our human capital. The future is being built today through our investment in education, skills development, STEM education, digital learning, technical training, and workforce transformation. The federal government is therefore committed to repositioning technical education as a major driver of youth employment, industrial development, and sustainable economic growth. We're very glad to know that many of our subnational governments are keen into skills development in their various states. I can continue to count states that have totally keyed into this TVET aggressive agenda. I was just talking to the deputy governor. All these technical schools in Lagos State today are oversubscribed. The government of Lagos State is building another 5 technical schools in the next few years. You go to Borno State, Governor Zulum is doing tremendously well in expanding technical and vocational education and training centers across the state of Borno. You go to Bayelsa State, all the technical schools, they have more students going to the technical colleges today in Bayelsa State when you compare to people going to secondary schools. The Bayelsa State government has built almost 7 new technical colleges in Bayelsa State. The same thing in Kaduna, the same in Ekiti. I want to use this podium, this platform, to thank all our governors for the wonderful work you're doing in latching so quickly to the TVET agenda. And I'm encouraging you to keep pushing so that we can continue to open up opportunities for this large youthful population in our country. I think we should all give all our governors a big round of applause. The journey has begun, the reforms are yielding results, and the foundations have been laid. The challenges before us now is to scale faster, collaborate deeper, and deliver impact at national level. Together, let's build a Nigeria where every young person has access to quality skill training. Skill leads to productivity. Productivity leads to prosperity, and prosperity leads to national greatness. I want to again sincerely thank all our partners in this journey for your commitment to this vision, and I wish you fruitful deliberation in the next 3 days. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and thank you.
Once again, let's put our hands together for the Honorable Minister, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa. Yes, yes.
One more more time, can we please applaud the Honorable Minister of Education, a commander of the Order of the Niger, CON. We want to thank you very sincerely, sir, for that in-depth analysis of your understanding, taking stock of what the federal government has done this far so far in not only promoting the technical sector of the education sector, but indeed committing so much to uplifting the skills needed in driving in new frontiers for the Nigerian state. One more time, sir, we want to thank you, Honorable Minister, for that rare honor. Your Excellency, one of the training we were told in journalism is when you are in doubt, you leave out. Your Excellency, it was as if you were seeing what we did not see before now. You recall when I came to you, Your Excellency, in wanting to drive the author of the program, there was a brief that some were not here. But unknown to us, they've been seated, Your Excellency, without anyone communicating that they were there. One is presently representing the distinguished Senator Abubakar Bagudu, the Honorable Minister, Federal Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, and he's been here ever since. And the next is also Dr. Charles Odili, Director General, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, Smethan, but equally here, Mr. Excellency, sir, represented by Dr. Samson Ebimaro, Director, International Cooperation. So we go back to the goodwill messages to give them that honor for them to still do what they should do in terms of giving goodwill messages here for history to take account of what that they were also here. May I here and welcome to the, with your permission, Your Excellency, sir, welcome Dr. Samson Ebimaro, Director, International Cooperation, Federal Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, representing distinguished Senator Abubakar Bagudu, Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning. We want to welcome you, sir, and we do sincerely apologize, not undertaking you for granted, but it was an oversight and we needed to get it right. So we are so sorry for that, keeping you that long. Please let's welcome him one more time to the microphone. We thank you, Doc. Apologies, sir. Apologies, thank you.
The Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, for hosting and convening this national conference. The Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, for the TVET reforms and strategic focus on competency-based education as a pathway to reducing the unemployment gap in Nigeria. The consuls general and representative of the various development partners, a special thanks to the Executive Secretary, last vet, Mrs. Morenike Aziz, for her active role in convening this conference, and all protocols duly observed. Very good afternoon to Your Excellencies and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that I'm incredibly delighted and honored to be here to represent the Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, distinguished Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, CON. It is our honor to deliver this goodwill message on his behalf and to congratulate GIZ and other cathedrals of development partners who are present in this auditorium for this laudable program. I'm particularly pleased to be by the joint effort of the TVET development partners in Nigeria in standing behind TVET institutions and bringing together government institutions, development partners, the private sector, training providers, and civil society around a shared vision for skills development. This conference demonstrates the strength of collaboration and reinforces the understanding that no single institution can transform the TVET system alone. Sustainable reform requires collective effort, aligned priorities, and coordinated action. We are encouraged to see these partners coming together as strong coalition, pooling expertise, resources, and experience in support of common goal, building TVET systems that deliver employability, inclusion, and sustainable economic growth. I want to kindly retrospect the previous speaker, including the Honorable Minister of Education and the Secretary last TVET. They have alluded severally to the importance of process. For us in Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, that is one of the things we work with in terms of working assiduously and instructively with development partners. We believe in process. Activities are important. Input are important. How much money you put are important. Outcomes are important. Outputs are important. But result and impact matters more. If you put a lot of money, we have this gathering, we eat here, and we don't get result, then we have not done anything. So we are very, very glad for what is happening between the promoters of TVET and the government of Nigeria. We are beginning to get result and impact. That is the most important thing. Thank you very much. I want to say again that encourage our development partners to create equity between supply and demand. The Honorable Minister of Education has just said that state governors are keying into these programs. There's need for the partners to encourage state governors to truly, key into the program. Ensure national and geographical spread, because if we build capacity and vocational skill for our youths, sections of countries benefit, other sections do not benefit. There's lopsidedness in development outcome. We need to, to pin down, we need to drive down the geographical spread and national development. Ladies and gentlemen, this should serve as a blueprint for national actors in the TVET space across Nigeria, as this is how we can transform the narrative about TVET as a veritable pathway to meeting private sector needs, addressing current skill mismatch in the country, and reducing unemployment rates. We highly value this spirit of partnership and coordination, and encouraging all stakeholders to continue to working together to maximize impact and avoid fragmentation, and accelerate the implementation of the reform that will benefit millions of young Nigerians. Only 3 weeks ago, this very agreement between the government of Nigeria and the government of Germany, though Germany is coordinating the basket of the funding, we signed an agreement 3 weeks ago and into which this very program is part and parcel of. So in the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025, we have just elapsed, and it is well represented. 2026 to 2030, 2031 to 2035, and to Agenda 2050, the TVET, as we have noted, as the Honorable Minister of Education has noted, will continue to be represented because it's a veritable tool for, sustainable economic development and productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, let me, end by saying that the Honorable Minister of Budget and economic planning, we would like to encourage you to actively contribute to the discussion and ensure that there are actionable takeaways, from this conference. Very big thank you to all of you. God bless the Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Let's jam our hands together for Dr. Samson Ebimaro, who represented Senator Abubakar Bagudu, the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning. Thank you so much, sir. Once again, let's jam our hands together. Okay, if we're putting our hands together, let's put our hands together well. I would like to recognize the presence of Professor Abayomi Ari Babu, the Honorable Commissioner of Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Is in the house? Okay, you're welcome, sir. I would also like to recognize the presence of Chikodi Onye Merela, the Director of Programs, British Council. You're welcome, sir. Taking us further will be the next goodwill message from Charles Odi, the Director General, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, Sweden. Let's put our hands together for him as he comes up. We can do better, we can do better, we can do better. Okay, let's put our hands together for him as he comes up.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, the Honorable Minister for Education, our international partners, distinguished guests, heads of government agencies, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I say good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are we hungry? I was just saying that I couldn't speak after the Honorable Minister, but the Honorable Minister had compelled me to come give a goodwill message. My name is Charles Odi. I'm the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria. This is the agency of government with the responsibility of job creation, poverty alleviation, rural industrialization, and livelihood enhancement. And as at the last time we counted, we have approximately 39,654,385 nano, micro, small, and medium businesses spread across the 36 states and the FCT. And so we spent time, when I became the DG, to speak to 10% of our small businesses, approximately 3 million of them. And we asked them, what are your biggest 3 problems? And they said, power, financing, and then skilled people. So when they told me that, I spent some time having some workshops just understanding what they meant by skilled people.
Capable of converting risk into confidence and confidence into investment. That is why this gathering is so important. Invest Lagos is focused on the right questions. How Lagos can serve as Africa's global gateway. How technology and fintech can drive inclusive growth, how long-term capital can be mobilized, and how infrastructure, energy systems, and creative industries can shape the cities of the future. This is a single, coherent agenda. A modern investment hub needs